The August 14th episode of The Young and the Restless delivers exactly the kind of corporate bombshell that can turn an old rivalry into an all-out war, as Lily Winters walks into Chancellor believing she finally has the leverage to push Billy Abbott out, only for Billy to turn the entire confrontation upside down with one stunning claim. He says Chancellor belongs to him. What begins as another tense disagreement over Billy's behavior quickly becomes something far more serious, because Lily isn't merely frustrated with Billy anymore. She believes his presence at Chancellor has become dangerous to the company's stability, and she is ready to do something about it. Billy, however, has no intention of allowing Lily or anyone else to decide his future for him. By the time their confrontation reaches its breaking point, the balance of power may have shifted in a way Lily never expected. The trouble begins when Lily arrives at Chancellor already carrying the frustration of everything that has happened recently. She has worked too hard to protect the company to watch it become another battlefield for Billy's personal ambitions. Lily knows Billy better than most people in Genoa City. She has loved him, trusted him, worked beside him, fought with him, and watched him make decisions that sometimes seem brilliant in the moment but create chaos afterward. That history makes this confrontation especially personal. Lily doesn't see Billy as just another executive who can be corrected with a warning. She sees a man who has repeatedly allowed emotion to interfere with business, and she fears Chancellor could pay the price. Billy immediately senses Lily's mood. He tries to remain composed, but he knows that expression on her face. She isn't there for a casual conversation. "Whatever you came here to say, Lily, just say it," Billy tells her. Lily doesn't hesitate. "I think you need to leave, Chancellor." Billy stares at her for a moment, almost wondering whether she is serious. Then a small, disbelieving smile crosses his face. "You want me to leave? I want you fired," Lily replies. Those words change the atmosphere instantly. Billy's smile disappears. Lily explains that Chancellor cannot continue operating while Billy treats every disagreement as a personal war. She accuses him of creating instability, making reckless moves, and putting his own need to prove himself ahead of what is best for the company. Billy listens, but the more Lily talks, the angrier he becomes. From his perspective, Lily has already decided that everything he does is wrong before she even hears his side. "You've been waiting to say this, haven't you?" Billy asks. Lily insists this isn't about revenge. Billy laughs bitterly.
"No,
because it certainly sounds personal." Lily fires back that Billy always says that when someone challenges him, if they disagree with him, he decides they are attacking him. If they question one of his plans, he accuses them of lacking faith in him. If they try to stop him from making a mistake, he acts as if they are betraying him. Billy's jaw tightens. "You don't trust me." "I don't trust what you do when you feel cornered," Lily answers. That statement hits Billy hard because there is truth behind it, and both of them know it. Their history hangs heavily between them. Lily remembers the version of Billy who could be thoughtful, charming, and fiercely loyal. She also remembers the Billy who could become obsessed with proving himself. She remembers how quickly his confidence could become recklessness, and how often everyone around him ended up cleaning up the damage. But Billy has his own memories. He remembers Lily standing beside him when others doubted him. He remembers believing they were partners in every sense. Now, hearing her say she wants him removed from Chancellor feels like confirmation that she ultimately sees him the same way everyone else does, as a problem waiting to happen. Billy steps closer. "So, that's it? You decided I'm not good enough to be here? This isn't about being good enough. It always is."
"No, Billy.
It's about whether Chancellor can survive another one of your crusades." Billy's expression hardens. Lily continues before he can interrupt. She tells him that Chancellor needs leadership based on strategy rather than emotion. Employees are depending on them. Families are depending on the company. Decisions cannot be made because Billy Abbott woke up one morning and decided he had something to prove. That is the moment Billy truly loses patience. "You think I don't understand responsibility? I think you understand it until something becomes personal." Billy shakes his head. "And you think you should be the one deciding who stays and who goes?" "If that's what protecting Chancellor requires, yes." Billy studies her carefully. There is something different about his reaction now. The anger remains, but underneath it is a strange confidence. Lily notices it immediately. She expected him to argue. She expected him to threaten to fight the decision. What she didn't expect was for him to suddenly look almost amused.
What?
Lily asks. Billy says nothing. What are you smiling about? You really believe you can fire me? Lily's eyes narrow. If the board agrees that your presence is damaging, Chancellor. The board? Billy lets out a quiet laugh. Lily becomes more irritated. This isn't funny. No, Billy says. It really isn't. He walks toward the desk and picks up a folder. Lily watches him carefully. Billy has clearly been holding something back, and she suddenly realizes that this confrontation may not be going in the direction she expected. Billy turns around. You came in here prepared to throw me out of Chancellor. I came here prepared to protect this company. From me. If necessary. Billy nods slowly. Then maybe you should know who you're trying to fire. Lily looks confused. I know exactly who you are.
No, Lily.
Apparently you don't. Billy places the folder on the desk between them. For a few seconds, neither speaks. Then Billy delivers the words that leave Lily stunned. You can't fire me from Chancellor. Lily folds her arms. And why exactly is that? Billy looks directly into her eyes. Because Chancellor is mine. Silence. Lily's expression changes instantly. At first, she thinks Billy is exaggerating. Maybe he means he has enough influence to block her. Maybe he has secured votes. Maybe Jill has given him additional authority. But Billy doesn't look like a man bluffing. He looks like someone who has been waiting for the perfect moment to reveal what he knows. What did you just say? Lily asks. You heard me. You own Chancellor? Billy points toward the documents. There's a lot about Chancellor's history that people have either forgotten or conveniently ignored. Lily refuses to accept the claim without evidence. Billy, if this is another one of your games. It isn't. Then explain it. Billy does. He tells Lily that questions surrounding Chancellor's ownership may reach much further into the past than anyone realized. Old agreements, business transactions, and connections involving the Abbott family could fundamentally alter the accepted story of who actually has rights to the company. Billy has apparently been digging into that history, and what he discovered gave him a reason to believe the Abbotts have a legitimate ownership claim. Lily is stunned. You expect me to believe that after all these years, you suddenly discovered Chancellor belongs to the Abbotts? I didn't say it was simple. It sounds impossible. Impossible doesn't mean untrue. Lily picks up the documents and scans them. Billy explains that John Abbott's past business dealings could be crucial. Something that was dismissed, overlooked, or buried decades ago may have created rights that never disappeared. If Billy is correct, Chancellor's entire ownership structure could be challenged. For Lily, the implications are enormous. This is no longer simply about firing Billy. This could become a legal war. You've already talked to attorneys? Lily asks. Billy's hesitation answers the question. Lily looks up sharply. You have. I'm making sure I understand what I have. And you didn't think anyone else deserved to know? I wasn't going to announce something before I had enough information. Lily shakes her head. No, you were waiting. For what? For leverage. Billy doesn't answer. Lily realizes she may have found the truth. You were waiting until someone tried to stop you. Billy insists that isn't what happened, but Lily knows him too well. She believes Billy wanted this moment. He wanted someone to tell him he had no power, so he could reveal that he might have more power than anyone imagined. This is exactly what I was talking about, Lily says. Billy looks incredulous. I show you evidence that everything we thought we knew about Chancellor may be wrong, and somehow this proves your argument against me? It proves you're treating the company like a weapon.
No.
I'm protecting what may belong to my family. And there it is. What? Your family? Billy's expression darkens. Lily reminds him that Chancellor has a history that extends beyond the Abbotts. Generations of people have built their lives around the company. If Billy turns this into another Abbott family battle, the consequences could spread across Genoa City. Billy replies that Lily is missing the point. If John Abbott had legitimate rights connected to Chancellor, then ignoring those rights would be disrespecting his father's legacy. The mention of John changes Billy's tone. Suddenly, this isn't about ego. At least not entirely. Billy talks about spending much of his life feeling like the Abbott, who never quite measured up. Jack was the dependable leader. Ashley was brilliant and driven. Tracy carried a strength Billy often underestimated. Billy was the unpredictable one. The gambler, the rebel, the man everyone expected to eventually self-destruct. But John Abbott never stopped loving him. And if John left behind something that could reshape the Abbott legacy, Billy isn't willing to walk away from it simply because Lily thinks he should. "I'm done letting everyone tell me what I'm allowed to fight for," Billy says. Lily's anger softens slightly, but she doesn't back down. "This isn't about whether you deserve to fight for something. It's about what happens to everyone else while you're fighting." Billy looks at her. "That's what you think of me? I think you become blind when you need to win." Billy replies quietly, "And I think you decided a long time ago that I would always fail." The comment hurts Lily. "That's not fair. Isn't it?
No.
You walked in here ready to fire me before you even knew what was happening. Because I've seen what happens when you spiral. And I've seen what happens when you decide you're the only adult in the room." Their argument becomes deeply personal. Years of unresolved disappointment begin surfacing. Lily accuses Billy of using old wounds to avoid accountability. Billy accuses Lily of hiding behind professionalism whenever emotions become uncomfortable. Lily says Billy's problem is that he confuses being challenged with being betrayed. Billy responds that Lily's problem is believing she always knows what is best for everyone. Neither is willing to surrender. But the documents remain on the desk between them, and they change everything. Lily finally asks the most important question. "If this is real, what do you plan to do?" Billy pauses. "I plan to find out exactly what belongs to the Abbott family. And if that means taking Chancellor? If Chancellor legally belongs to us, then yes." Lily looks horrified. "To you? To the Abbotts?" "That's not the same thing." Billy's eyes flash. "What's that supposed to mean?" "It means Jack might handle this differently." That instantly triggers Billy. Of all the things Lily could have said, comparing him to Jack is perhaps the worst. "Of course," Billy says bitterly. "Jack. That's not what I meant." "Yes, it is. Jack is responsible. Jack is respectable. Jack is the Abbott everyone trusts. So if Jack walked in holding those papers, you'd listen. But because it's me, you assume there has to be something wrong." Lily tries to explain that Jack has decades of experience navigating complicated corporate disputes, but Billy is no longer listening. He has heard enough. "If John Abbott gave our family a claim to Chancellor, I'm not handing it over because you'd feel more comfortable dealing with my brother." Lily fires back. "And I'm not handing you a corporation because you've decided a stack of old papers makes you king." Billy stares at her. "I don't need you to hand me anything." The words land like another warning. Elsewhere in Genoa City, news of Billy's discovery could spread quickly, and the Abbott family may soon find itself dragged into a battle none of them expected. Jack, in particular, would have complicated feelings about Billy invoking John's name in a fight over Chancellor. Jack has spent years trying to protect the Abbott legacy. If there is legitimate evidence that John had an ownership connection to Chancellor, Jack cannot simply dismiss it. But Jack also knows Billy's tendency to become consumed by a mission. He may worry that Billy is taking a complicated historical matter and turning it into a personal conquest. Imagine Billy arriving at the Abbott mansion later, dropping the documents in front of Jack and declaring, "Dad left us more than we knew." Jack would immediately be skeptical. "What have you done now, Billy?" Billy would bristle. "Why does everyone keep asking me that?" "Because history has taught me to." Billy would explain what he discovered, and Jack's skepticism could slowly turn into shock as he examines the documents. If the evidence is legitimate, Jack would realize this isn't merely another Billy scheme. This could be real. And that possibility would create another problem. Jill. Chancellor is deeply connected to Jill's identity, history, and legacy. The suggestion that the Abbotts could suddenly challenge ownership would feel intensely personal. Jill would not quietly accept Billy using John Abbott's past to rewrite Chancellor's future. Her reaction could be explosive. "You think because your father made some deal decades ago, you can walk in and claim Chancellor?" Jill might demand. Billy would insist he isn't stealing anything. If Dad had rights, then those rights matter. To you, this is about proving something. To me, this is about the truth. Jill might laugh.
No, Billy.
With you, it is never just about the truth. That confrontation could force Billy to make a choice between the mother who has spent years defending Chancellor and the father whose legacy he now believes gives him a claim to it. And Lily could become caught directly in the middle. Back at Chancellor, Lily tells Billy that she will verify every word in those documents. Billy says she should. He wants the evidence examined because he is confident in what he found. If you're wrong, Lily warns, this could destroy your credibility. Billy answers, and if I'm right? Lily doesn't respond. Billy steps closer. If I'm right, you walked into my company and told me I was fired. Lily looks him directly in the eyes. If you're right, it still doesn't mean you're the right person to run it. Billy almost smiles. There's the Lily I remember. And there's the Billy I remember. For a moment, the anger fades, replaced by something more complicated. They have too much history to be indifferent to each other. Even now, beneath the corporate warfare, there is an emotional connection neither can completely erase. Billy quietly asks, "Did you ever believe I could do this?" Lily knows what he really means. Did she ever believe he could become the man he always wanted to be? She chooses her words carefully. I believed in you more times than you probably remember. Billy looks wounded. Past tense. I also watched you throw away opportunities because winning became more important than knowing when to stop. Billy turns away. Lily continues. I don't want you to fail, Billy. Could have fooled me. I want you to understand that proving everyone wrong isn't the same as succeeding. That statement follows Billy even after Lily leaves. For the first time since their argument began, Billy is alone with the documents and his thoughts. He looks at John Abbott's name, and suddenly the confidence disappears from his face. What if Lily is right? What if this has already become another obsession? But then Billy remembers all the times people dismissed him. All the times he was told Jack was the real businessman. All the times his mistakes were used as evidence that he could never change. He looks down at the paperwork again. No, he whispers. Not this time. Billy believes this is his opportunity to prove that he isn't chasing a fantasy. He believes Chancellor could be the legacy nobody knew John Abbott left behind, and he intends to fight for it. Meanwhile, Lily is far from finished. She begins making calls, determined to investigate Billy's claim independently. She needs attorneys. She needs historical records. She needs every agreement connected to John Abbott and Chancellor examined. Because Lily understands something Billy may not. If his claim is legitimate, Genoa City is about to face a corporate earthquake.